Are you glad you're here? Good. I'm telling you, you're an awesome crowd. You truly are. You laugh at all the jokes. This is good. But I've realized I have been remiss because, with this accent, it's very possible that you can't understand me. So I decided today that I would bring along a little bit of my how to speak Southern. Just to make sure we're on the same page that you can understand me. For example, you see in California, a fawn is a little spotted baby deer. Am I right? Anybody see any on their way up? Well, there's a few of them around here. But you see, that's not true. In the South, a fawn is an instrument used to communicate. If the phone rings, you just tell them that check's in the mail. Now, how about share? Okay, now in California, share means to allow someone to use something that's yours. Is that right? But in the South, share means to cleanse oneself with water. Why does the phone always ring while I'm in the shower? Now, chunk. California, a chunk is a hunk of something, right? Like a chunk of chocolate. We all know what that is, don't we, ladies? Or chunk like tuna. But now in the South, chunk is a verb. It means to throw. Chunk that ball in there, Leroy. Hey, Leroy, he sure can chunk that ball, can't he? Wear out. Now, wear out in California means that you use something until you can't use it anymore, right? You wear it out. But in the South, it is a means of discipline. When Junior comes home, I'm going to wear that boy out. Now, how about far? Far means some distance, doesn't it, here in California? But in the South, far is combustion, producing light and heat. Beulah Sue burned the grits and set the house on fire. Ranch, California, that's a sprawling estate, isn't it? And you have cattle and horses, but in the South, it is an instrument used to loosen or tighten bolts. Homer, could you hand me at that ranch, please? And then lastly, hot. California, it means like temperature or, of course, heat. Get a lot of that out here. But in the South, hot is the blood pumping instrument or the center of emotion. Why, that girl, she done broke his heart. But now I have to tell you, see, now that's your Southern, but I have put together 4 Camp Sugar Pine, and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to get rich on this one. You might be a mountain woman if. Just for sugar pine. Now, maybe you'll have a few to add to this. You might be a mountain woman if you lived in a tent for more than 5 days and you weren't camping. You might be a mountain woman if you can strike a match on your shoe and start a fire without one. You might be a mountain woman if you have a rattlesnake in your freezer. Does anybody here? Yeah, they do. They have rattlesnakes in their freezer. You might be a mountain woman if your idea of dressing up is wearing your Birkenstocks instead of your hiking boots. You might be a mountain woman if your 2 favorite accessories are a Smith & Wesson and a Bowie knife. You might be a mountain woman if you have to question the meat at the church potluck. What's in this, bear? Thank you. And lastly, you might be a mountain woman if the tooth fairy owes you money and you're over 48 years old. So we're just going to keep those coming in here, ladies.